Listen, I got a question for you. What if you had a friend or a sister or brother that was in an abusive, destructive relationship? What if every time you saw that person, they had a black eye or a busted lip or something where you just could tell that the person they was with was going upside their head? I'm sure you would feel sorry for your friend. You'd feel bad, and you'd be like, that other asshole, he ain't treating my friend, my sister or brother right or whatever. And you would be like, I really want to kill that SOB, son of a whatever. But you couldn't do that because you end up in jail, right? So you'd do everything you could to help your friend, I'm sure. You'd be like, if they call you in the middle of the night and say, can you come get me? Can you give me a ride? Because this asshole done mess with my car won't start, and all this type of stuff. And I'm sure if they needed you to pick them up from the hospital or something like that, maybe this fool done broke a bone or something or whatever on your friend, I'm sure you'd be there. You'd go pick them up and do all that stuff. You get my point. You would be there for your friend. But what if it got to the point that every time, and I'm talking multiple times, 10, 20 times you've helped your friend, went to pick them up, gave them some money for a motel, whatever, and they always end up back with this person. Person done busted them in the mouth, done broke a bone, done put them out the house, done destroyed their car, but they still end up going back to them. At some point, you would just cut your losses and say, hey, you're going to have to deal with this on your own, because I'm tired of being woken up in the middle of the night. I'm tired of stressing out about what's happening to you, and I can't even get my work done because I'm worried about you and all that stuff. So you would say, I'm just going to cut this person off until they figure it out themselves and hope nothing bad happens to them. Right? I mean, at some point, you would have to do that. Okay? So, another scenario. What if you had a friend, family member that was addicted to some sort of substance? Alcohol, weed. Well, I'm not sure you can get addicted to weed. Some people probably can, but what if they were addicted to like some sort of meth or some sort of crack cocaine or something like that? And I'm sure at first you would be like, oh, this person got a problem. They just started doing this. I need to help them get off of this. You go down with them and attend the 12-step program, take a day off work. I'm sure you would, if it's a good friend, family member, somebody you really love, I'm sure you would, be happy to take the time off work. Or if you see them struggling and can't pay their rent, I'm sure you would pitch in some money or something like that. If it's a good friend, help them so they don't get thrown out of their house or something like that. I'm sure you would do that. I'm sure if this person was developing into some sort of circle where there was people that wasn't good for them and they were hanging out with them, I'm sure you would have a talk with a friend and be like, you don't need to be hanging out with them and all that stuff. I'm sure if they got gaffled or something, got their money taken from them, you would probably help out, and things like that. You get my point. But after You've run to this person's aid and assistance 10, 15 times. At some point you would have to say, okay, they're going to have to figure this out for themselves. I can't continue to do this. I can't continue to give them money, help them out, get them out of a scrape or a bind. Can't continue to go and get them a motel room at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. I mean, at some point you would say, I'm going to let this go and put it in the hands of the Creator and hope nothing bad happens to this person where I never see them again. And you would let them go and you would say, okay, that's all I can do. Throw your hands up in the air and say, so the point I'm getting at is that unhealthy behavior and unhealthy relationships, if a person doesn't seem to be and I'm being very careful with my words, if they don't seem like they want to get out of the situation, at some point you have to let it go and leave them to their own devices. And this is my point with this video here. The unhealthy relationship between black women and beauty shop owners of the Asian persuasion, mostly Asian men, is something that black men are going to have to let black women sort out. It's not healthy to be patronizing these shops. Why in the hell do mostly Asians own the businesses that are in the business of black hair products in the first place? I can go into a history of that, but the pathology of how they gain control of it on the consumer's part is somewhat of a mystery, because for the last 30 or 40 years, black women have been telling black men that I'm in charge. These are our neighborhoods. These are our children. I can raise them by myself. I don't need no man. And as far as positive role models that will try and lead the way and tell a black woman or suggest to a black woman that maybe you're not doing this correctly, they have shunned everybody who's tried to tell them anything about their behavior, because the number one rule in the black neighborhoods is that you cannot criticize a black woman. Now, in the year 2018, we've reached the point where black women's insistence on continuing to patronize these Asian-owned beauty supply places and beauty shops can only be described as psychosis. That's right. Psychosis. You know, it's said that necessity is the mother of invention. Well, by that same reasoning, I would say that the lack of self-respect is the mother of annihilation. And I would add that complacency, stubbornness, and low self-esteem issues are the close relatives of annihilation. Maybe the aunts and uncles of annihilation. This is a very serious situation that has not gotten better. It's only gotten worse, and it's continuing to get worse. Yes, I'm mentioning black women over and over and over and over because this is a black women's issue. Do black men have issues as well? Yes, they do. But as far as this unhealthy desire to give money for products to someone who's shown a disrespect, a disregard, and a willingness to beat you and kill you is just pathetic. The willingness to give these people money after the things that they've done and the things that we've seen on videos, it is just, it's sick. But let's understand one thing. The black woman and the black man are inexorably linked. The original Holy Trinity of the black man, the black woman, and the black child will ultimately sink or swim together. So, to the good black women, the ones of you out there who realize that your natural hair is beautiful, the most beautiful thing in the world, and something you should be proud of, and you do wear it proudly. The ones of you out there who realize that this stubbornness and this willingness to throw your black man under the bus is not the way to go. The ones of you out there who realize that you can't do everything alone. The ones of you who realize all of this, I'm going to need you to do an intervention. This is something only you can do. I'm going to need you to do an intervention on these lost black women, these lost sisters who don't realize any of these things. I'm going to need you to do an intervention because they are on that new crack. This is your man DX. Until next time, you guys be good and I'll talk to you later.